if you watched to the end of the last video, it crashed. So this is the beginning of chapter 2. We went into Penizo here, and you saw a bunch of cinematics. What's funny is I've actually watched other people play this game, and they're always confused as to what they're supposed to do at the beginning of chapter 2. It just says take Aaron Finch. But if you watch that video, they tell you that he went to a spot north of Moldova. So that's where we're gonna go.
Hi, Mage Finch. You're a difficult man to find.
And yet, Master Escobar, you have found me. Now be a good lad and fetch me some Ceylon tea. My pouch is not so full as I had thought.
Finch, my father sent me to...
The Maposa beetle mates only once a year, abandoning her eggs to the whims of fate. Finding a clutch undisturbed is rare indeed, and this group should hatch at any time. The larvae are extremely sensitive to disturbances of any kind. You might say I feel a certain kinship to the Maposa beetle, if you get my meaning.
Yes, but...
Ceylon tea relaxes me, Master Escobar. I'm much better company when I'm relaxed.
Right. Ceylon tea. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Verazza's Peerless Imports. How may I help you? Oh, we're just browsing. May the offerings of my humble shop serve to delight your eyes and tickle your nostrils. Is that Antaran saffron? And these rugs, they are from Januli, are they not? You sell an impressive variety of goods. And you have a discerning eye, my lord. Allow me the pleasure of an introduction. I am Paolo Verazza, the owner, manager, and stock boy of this establishment. Perhaps you can help us with something. We're looking for Ceylon tea. Ah, yes, it is delightful. Though too dear to keep in stock on a regular basis, I can order it for you. It should be here in about a week. Thank you very kindly. It's been a pleasure doing business with you, Paolo. Are you Antoni, the moneylender?
I am Mr. Octomont, the financier. How may I help you, business-wise?
I'm interested in boosting my cash supply.
Aren't we all? Perhaps I can provide some assistance, money-wise. I am prepared to offer you 500 burlas for a period of 60 days, after which I would appreciate prompt reimbursement with an additional 200 burlas to cover my overhead.
200 burlas? That seems a trifle excessive.
I assure you, it is quite normal, interest-wise. However, no one holds a blade to your throat. That is, assuming your reimbursement is made promptly. Shall we do business?
On second thought, I'm sure I can make do with what I have.
As you choose.
A real pleasure doing business, Mr. Octomont. We'll now be on our way, leaving wise. Good day. Mind if we join you?
It's all right with me, so long as you don't jostle this arm none.
Not a very skilled job with the bandages, friend. If you don't mind my saying so, you're a mess.
Handsome girl like you can say whatever she likes to me. Yeah, I reckon I've looked prettier. My name's Leon.
I'm Kaylin. How did you come by your injuries?
I'm a message runner, a courier. Least I was up until a fortnight ago. The boss didn't believe I was robbed, and me, what come in bleeding, and with my arm dangling askew like it belonged to another man. He said I was drunk, that I must have lost the package and tumbled into a well. I've heard him call me a dirty mayrot once too often to know that he didn't sack me for losing that package. Aye, getting the gate was just snow on the mountain after those bastard nobles almost took the life of me.
Did I hear right? You were attacked by nobles?
Aye, nobles. Unless being a cut purse pays a whole lot better than it used to. They was wearing velvet capes and talking that highbrow lingo. One of them hit me across the face and sliced my cheek open with a ruby the size of a sparrow egg.
Why haven't you gone to the magistrate? These men must be caught and punished.
Yeah, right. They all wore masks, so I got no way to identify them. And even if I could, it's my word against theirs. What magistrate's gonna convict gentry on the word of a working man? And one with mayrot blood in him at that.
You're a mayrot?
Aye, and what of it? Cor knows I didn't start the border conflict. I was born and raised in Moldova proper, but try explaining that to these damn Antarans who call themselves patriots.
Well, Leon, take care of yourself.
I'll try, miss. Thanks for your concern.
So I have 1 week before that Chalen tea arrives. So I could just wait around. I could rest for a week. But I think I'm just gonna do some fighting and come back. A lot of whetstones.
Welcome! Thank you.
Maybe I'll just use the short swords for now until I get some whetstones. So if you've been paying attention, you should know what group of people at this point are considered traitors to the Empire.
don't think we should leave Pianda until I've had a chance to talk with Finch.
All this bread.
What happened here? Why would they do this? I paid back the money. Try to calm down and tell us about it. Maybe we can help. When I came to open the shop this morning, I found the door forced and this catastrophe. Do you know who did it? I can guess, but it doesn't make any sense. I borrowed some money to start my business. And the collectors decided to pay you a friendly little visit, eh? What's the matter? Broke? No. Antoni is a Berlin moneylender who lives here in Midova. Over 2 weeks ago, I sent a courier to Antoni bearing the balance of the loan. Why did you take out a loan? To explain that, I will first have to tax your patience with a brief background. The Verazza family is quite prominent. My father is head of one of the wealthiest houses in Midova, if not in all of Pianda. To him, politics and big business are meat and drink. But I have no stomach for such insidious maneuvering. I want a simpler life, surrounded by objects of beauty. Hence, this shop. Yes, this shop. Of course, my father was furious when I told him. He cut me off completely. My mother came to me in secret and offered me the money, but I have my pride. That is why I took out a loan from Antoni. I know exactly what you mean. It sounds like we have much in common, Paolo. Or at least our fathers do. Antoni never received your money. The courier you entrusted with it was ambushed and robbed. We found him at the Greener Pasture Inn, drowning his sorrows in ale. Didn't he tell Antoni that thieves got the money? Antoni didn't care. All he knew was that you owed him and he hadn't been paid. Funny thing is, the courier said he'd been jumped and robbed by noblemen. Hannah's ears. The Contuso family. In the time of my great-grandfather, the house of Verazza suffered a devastating tragedy. For many generations, we had been close friends with the Contuso family. We did business together, drank together, married, and made babies together. One fateful day, 2 Verazza infants were left in the care of a daughter of the Contuso family. A young man, her suitor, came to call. She abandoned her charges to go off with him to a dance. A candle fell over in some straw bedding, the house went up in an instant, and the babies were lost. The 2 families have been at each other's throats ever since.
That's horrible. So you believe it was the Contuzos that robbed the courier?
I am almost certain of it. The hatred runs so deep that neither side misses a chance to try to ruin the other. I hope this doesn't sound too selfish under the circumstances, but did the Chalin tea come in? Sadly, it did. The bastards ruined only what they did not confiscate. Much of my merchandise is gone, including, it grieves me to say, your tea. It seems to me that had Antoni the decency to come talk to you first, he could have made a much better return on his investment. Will you be all right if those collection goons return? Don't concern yourself with me, my lord. I am not without friends. If those men return, we will be ready to offer them our hospitality.
Offer them some hospitality from me, too. Perhaps on our travels we can help clear up this mystery. Goodbye, and good luck.
Yes?
We've come to talk to you, Mr. Octomont, about a client of yours, Mr. Paolo Verazza.
I do not make it a practice to discuss my clients with strangers.
I am William Escobar, the governor's son. If you do not discuss this matter with me, perhaps you'd prefer to discuss your financial records with the tax officials.
I do not respond well to threats, veiled or otherwise. However, since you may have some political influence when you get older, I will answer your questions.
Why did you send men to wreck Paolo's shop when he paid off his debt?
I did not receive the money. Therefore, the only fact of which I am sure is that he did not meet his contract. Payment-wise, situations such as this are bad for business. I am a businessman, therefore, situations such as this are bad for me. I sent my representatives to Mr. Verazza's place of business to remind him of his obligations.
I can't help but think that it would have been to your advantage to talk to the man before you wrecked his shop. But, of course, I'm not a businessman. What I do know is that along with everything else, you confiscated a special order of chail and tea.
I will be more than happy to return the confiscated merchandise when the Verazza debt is rendered in full. I do not care who provides payment, but it must be paid in the near future. Otherwise, my associates will have to visit Mr. Verazza again, which might not be so beneficial to him. Health-wise.
We don't have that kind of money. Is there any other way we can cancel the debt?
I may have something. I loaned money to a Ganesh mystic named Enkudi. Not a wise decision, profit-wise. Several of my agents have tried to collect, but none have been successful. 2 have failed to return. I have blacklisted the name of Enkudi so that he cannot take advantage of my colleagues as well. Pursuing this matter is no longer a viable option for my corporation. However, if you can collect Enkudi's debt, I will cancel that of Paolo Verazza.
I think we'd like to make the attempt, collection-wise. Where is this mystic typically found?
The most recent report put him somewhere near Antara territory.
A real pleasure doing business, Mr. Octomont. We'll now be on our way, leaving-wise.
So I will do a brief detour here because I don't have any whetstones. I did promise to go back to Briala because Doc Myers was sent to Briala for Alonzo. So I'm going to make a brief here and then come back. We know Antara territory. It's got to be somewhere in this area because this is where your cave is, and this is the roads between Lugano and Sortiga were covered with Antara. Might as well show you something here. So spell accuracy is 20. I use a Brita's conduit. It raised it to 30, and it also raises my spell casting. And still a miss. Time to use up some bread.
What am I thinking?
If you find a trap that's already unlocked, you should be afraid. One of the funniest things about Maslow's is even after all his training, these are probably still one of the deadliest opponents in the game. I shouldn't say deadly, I'm just saying the fact that they're so hard to hit. They're still, even after all this time, we've been fighting them from the very beginning. And yet here they are, and we still have trouble fighting them.
Scott, what are you doing here in Imatsi?
I'm at seeing what there is to at sea,
We've been seeing these old locks lately.
said the man to the seller of last week's fish.
Yeah, whatever. These locks have levers and letters on them. Do you know anything about them?
Why, yes, I do. Aaron, those locks were made by the Lockcrafters Guild. Quite popular a few years ago before the feeblepox epidemic. They're now considered tutu passé by those in the know. I understand that the current rage on the lock fashion scene is for some kind of bead contraption.
We haven't seen any of those bead locks you mentioned. What are they like?
They're intricate and colorful, appealing to the affluent clientele that the lock crafters are after. A beadlock has an exchange mechanism that lets you make a series of trades until you hit upon the right combination of beads to open the lock. Beadlocks are more of a novelty item than a security device. Among the ladies of the imperial court, chastity belt beadlocks are more of a fashion accessory than guardians of virtue. Once you've got the knack, it doesn't take more than a few minutes to pick one. Not that I would know from personal experience, of course.
No, of course not. Why did the old lock style go out of fashion when the feeblepox hit?
Many people fled from the cities and towns to get away from the pox. Sadly enough, most died before they could get to their destinations. Their locked belongings lie where they were dropped, scattered across the countryside. No one touches them for fear of the plague. Since people are naturally superstitious, even newly crafted trivia locks seem to carry the taint of the disease. So the lock crafters left off making them altogether.
This is just one of the good things about this game. Everything that you see, they have a story for it. So that explains why there's all these chests lying around outside.
May your roads be dry and cool, and your ale sweet and warm. May your wit be dry and cool, and your women sweet and warm.
Bravo, but you're a pair well met.
And well parted, though I'm sure we'll meet again.
Maybe you would. So if there was nobody in a house on the last chapter, oftentimes there is going to be somebody there in the next chapter.
Ah, my.
Good luck.
So here's the skinny. There's supposed to be some people inside of this gold mine. It's kind of weird. The first time I went through it in the last video, there was nobody here. this last fight is actually the hardest fight in all of Chapter 1 and 2. I'm gonna heal up before this fight. So, if you haven't noticed, I'm not engaging them directly because they have spells that are advanced. What the? I'm gonna come back to that. Usually I have different spells by now. It's kind of unusual that I don't have them yet. Give me some more tongue coat. This is one of the hardest things you have to do in the game if you are Aaron.
Aaron, you're back! I'm so glad. Mother was just asking me when I thought you'd be home again. She was saying if you were here soon, there'd still be time to plan a spring wedding.
Hi, Laura. It's nice to see you too. Laura, I'm not back for good.
Oh, I thought you were. When do you have to leave?
Very soon. Listen, Laura, I don't know how long it will be before I come home to stay. I don't want you to have to wait for me.
But Aaron, I thought we loved each other.
Things change. I've changed. Laura, There's so much out there that I've seen, so much that I still don't know. I now realize that it's impossible for me to be content as an innkeeper in this little town, listening to adventures secondhand instead of living them for myself.
Then you must not love me anymore.
I don't know. But I do know that I can't make you happy now. That I can't be the kind of husband you deserve. I'm sorry.
Oh, Aaron, I have the most exciting news. You remember Gertrude Roselle, who lives in the cute little cottage by the stream? Well, she's getting on in years, and can't do for herself as well as she used to. Well, last week her daughter came to visit from Espressa. You remember her daughter Lorelei? Well, I saw Lorelei on market day, and she said she was appalled at the condition of the house. She said there was nothing she could do but take her mother back with her to Espressa where she could look after her proper like a daughter should. You know what that means, don't you, Aaron?
No, not exactly.
We could buy Gertrude Roselle's cottage. It needs a lot of fixing up, but that means we could get it for a song. Oh, Aaron, can't you just picture that sweet little place with a fresh coat of whitewash? You could put up new shutters and mend the chimney. I would make some flowered curtains for the windows and plant rose bushes along the fence. Wouldn't that be heavenly, Aaron? Aaron? Are you listening?
You know, I wish for nothing but your happiness, Laura.
That's easy to say. You just don't want to have anything to do with making that happiness. Well, someday I hope you realize how much you're giving up.
I'm really sorry. If there was any way I...
Goodbye, Aaron.
Hey, Dad!
Well,
How's Mom?
she's fine. She's off pulling your brother out of another mess with Bo Darkin's boy.
They got into the wine again?
I don't know why he does it. He knows it boils your mother for sure, and she just simmered down. She was spitting bricks for days after you left, you know. I was eating cold gruel for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Ouch! Why didn't you grab yourself something else from the kitchen?
With her always in there, chopping at the meat or potatoes with a butcher knife. I didn't dare.
Sorry, Dad. And now she's going to be upset all over again because she missed me.
Well, I'm overdue for a trip down to Balmestry for supplies. This might not be a bad time for it at that. How's the training going, son? Is Panizzo all you thought it would be?
Actually, I've barely spent any time there yet. I've been doing a lot of traveling.
Traveling? Aaron, you went away to learn, not to gallivant around the Empire.
Oh, believe me, Dad, I'm learning a lot.
Take care, son.
Does it seem awfully quiet? You certainly aren't an easy man to see. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were downright unsociable.
Well, you're seeing me now. What do you want?
Does the name Antony Octomont mean anything to you?
Ah, yes. The lender, money-wise. I suppose you're here to collect. Very well. These gems have served their purpose. They will be more than adequate to cover the debt. Make sure these get to that Berlin money grubber. Well, just get them there. Lovely, aren't they? And useful, too. I needed these gems to make a dowsing rod. The drought has hit the Antara hard. My plan is to tap into an underground wellspring for them.
You're Gonish, aren't you? Why such concern for the Montari?
The Montari risked his life to come to my aid once, a long time ago. He died saving me. I figure this helps even the score.
How are you drawing forth the water?
Some complicated magic is involved. You wouldn't understand.
Don't be too sure about that. I'm an apprentice mage. Well, I'm going to be. In any case, I'd like to learn.
An apprentice mage, huh? I'm impressed. All right, boy. You can help me finish the job.
What can I do to help?
The wellspring is deep in the Montari warren. The rod needs to be planted in the ground near the spring, then activated.
How will I know the right spot?
The rod will lead you. I would go myself, but there is much to be done here. Your assistance will help end this drought all the sooner. My thanks.
You can rely on us to do as we have promised.
Good. See that you do.
FYI, if you are a speedrunner, you actually don't have to do this quest.
Does it seem awfully quiet up?
Good day, Montari.
Please. Do you know who Lord Garson is?
I know he's the sun lover who stole our water. Formal Montari complaints to your human councils have been ignored. I suggested we dig a channel and take our river back from the one who stole it. That plan was buried by those who believe the wetlander will live up to his promise to locate a new source of water for us.
By wetlander, do you mean Enkudi?
Yes, Nkudi, first mage of the House of Maka, is the human of whom I speak. His plan has not yet succeeded. It was good to talk with such a worthy human.
We'll be on our way then.
As you can see in this game, trap chests are pretty crazy. Like, he has really good, he has pretty decent lockpicking at this point, but even then, it's always a dice roll.
Yes?
Hey, Antoni, brought you a present
Where did you get these?
from Nkudi himself. Have we cleared the table now?
Yes, indeed. Cleared and sealed. I will cancel Paulo's debt and return his merchandise immediately.
A real pleasure doing business, Mr. Octomont. We'll now be on our way, leaving wise. Oh, my dear friends and benefactors, I am overwhelmed. Such an act of kindness for a stranger. Whatever can I do to repay you?
Well, there was the matter of some Chalen tea.
It has arrived, and naturally, I will give you a full refund. Let me see what else I can give you. Here is a curiosity, a powder of reputed magic powers. I know nothing of its nature or origins, just that the woman who gave it to me said I would know when to pass it along. I think that of all the objects in my shop, this is the one that will serve you best. Thank you very kindly. It's been a pleasure doing business with you, Paolo. Greetings, High Mage. I've brought your Chalen tea.
Seems perfectly acceptable. Thank you. Now let me just put it away in my robe and... Well, what do you know about that? Here's another full pouch of tea I didn't realize I had. Oh, well, one can't have too much Chalen tea on hand.
If you haven't figured it out yet, this game likes to do a lot of jokes, and a lot of times the jokes are on you.
Finch, this is Aaron. My father says he is to be your new apprentice.
Oh, you think you have magical abilities?
Yes, sir. That is, William seems to think so.
Well, if William says so, then it must be so. However, I am much too preoccupied at this time to take on a novice apprentice. These Maposa larvae, I'm sure you understand, come back, sometime later on. I don't know when, and then we'll see.
Why do you need to give the beetles your full attention?
Properly harvested and processed, Maposa beetle larvae are a key ingredient in several potent elixirs.
I'm sorry I asked.
I know you're very busy, High Mage Finch, but I was wondering, hoping that you could give me a few moments of your time. You see, I'm new at all this, and I really need to learn at least enough to control my powers, such as they are. I'm afraid I might accidentally hurt someone.
I'm glad to see you realize the importance of control. Magic is a gift not to be taken lightly. Yes, I can spare a few hours to teach you some rudimentary knowledge. If William will agree to watch the beetle eggs and give a whisper at the first sign of movement, will you promise me that, Master Escobar?
Finch takes Aaron aside, well away from the beetle eggs and out of earshot. William and Kalen sit quietly staring at the eggs and feeling more than a little silly. The two mages return several hours later, Aaron's mind racing with new knowledge. William and Kaelin happily relinquish their duty to Finch, who resumes his vigil over the eggs.
I need to get back to my work now. But you're welcome to visit any time, as long as you bring some Chalen tea with you.
I look forward to the time when you're not so busy, High Mage Finch. It would be a great honor to serve as your apprentice.
Well, that's gonna wrap up this video.